We act like that, but all the people who we had some wine or tea with told us, hey, my first impression when I saw the website was like, gosh, it's like crazy, it's a nightmare. What's this? What's the face? But then, like when I attended the first class, it was like, wow, they can smile. What a surprise. So we actually want people to have this sense of humor, this understanding that we act, we play the role, but what we do in class is something different. We are still human. We want you to succeed. We do smile a lot. I love telling jokes. I hate it when people don't understand them, but that's my problem. So yeah, we are just human.
I guess I cannot give you a straightforward answer to that, but I guess when you sign up for a course, you've got to expect that a big amount of time will go towards your homework. And sometimes, our students even say that when it comes to studies, they forget what's going on in the world. And it's probably even for the best, because they have something to focus on and they do not obsess so much over the news, because, well, they simply have no time to keep up with the news. Well, that depends a lot on how much effort you're willing to make. Because if you just want to relax and take it easy and do just the bare minimum, no, you won't be able to do that. But if you're ready to commit yourself to learning English during this 4 months, and you do everything that we tell you to do, and you follow all the instructions, then yes, it is possible. But you should keep in mind that this is the shortest probably possible time in which you can achieve a level of English. So yeah, the effort will be enormous.
Well, we keep using the word intense, and that's the method, that's our approach. It's very efficient because, in my opinion, you get the chance to immerse yourself into the English-speaking world. Like, you have 3 classes per week, and then every day you do your homework. And by doing this, you actually dive deep, and again, immerse yourself into the English-speaking world. That's how effective you make it to be. That's how I see it.
I can't say that it's better, but sometimes, you need English here and now, like when there is a salary reissue coming up or you are gonna relocate soon, and you simply have no time to waste and you need to do it fast. But of course, if you do not need English right now and you are not ready to work hard, then you are better off learning, at a slower pace, and then it will take you like a year or 2 to get the level you desire. But if you need the level right now, then your only choice is the intensive course.
Burnout, we are used to hearing this term in the context of work. I guess we're not used to hearing this term in the context of studies, but what I see in our students, that's what happens quite often. Even if it seems like a 4-month course is not that big a time, but it is in terms of the effort, in terms of the investment, time investment. Yeah, you work hard and you might burn out. So as a speaking teacher, I actually try to help my students understand which stages you might expect, and I guess that if you are aware of what awaits you, you might be able to prepare for that, and it all depends on the circumstances in which you are actually studying. Yeah, burnout is a real thing, and I really want to believe that I somehow can help my students avoid it.
I'd say group classes. Even when I have some individual classes when I'm tutoring, I make my students actually join the course because when you work in a group, first of all, the motivation level is far higher than when it comes to just private individual classes, let's say. And then when you work in a group, you also talk to people who got different interests, different hobbies, different levels of English. They know some words they can actually teach you, and they have some experience to share. So it's both more interesting and more efficient in terms of your progress. Well, yeah, we have different kinds of tasks. It's not like, of course, I divide the class into 10 minutes each and then, everyone else is just waiting until I'm done with one student. We've got group tasks, we've got pair assignments, we've got peer-to-peer checking, so lots and lots of kinds of different assignments which make you work throughout the whole class. So even, if one person is telling a story or working on a task, you still are involved because you've got to give your feedback, react somehow. So it's not just like you zone out for 10 minutes and then wait until your turn to speak. No, it doesn't work like that.
That's a very short answer. You just get expelled. That's the rule. And again, we are not those beasts who actually want you to fail. Quite the opposite. We want you to be active, be involved, and usually there are symptoms. Yeah, we might notice that you can't really keep track, you can't catch up. And again, the managers, the teachers, they will do their best to help you overcome those obstacles. Yeah, so sure, if you academically fail, if you skip classes, if you don't do homework, God forbid, then you will get expelled. That's the rule. If you are ready to to face the challenge, then you'll be fine.
Well, that depends, I'd say. It depends on what exactly you don't have time to do. If you do not have time to make it to your deadline and you constantly miss the deadline or you miss the classes, well, then probably you might get expelled. But if you just don't understand the topic you don't understand the topic 100% and you need some more time for revision, you will get this time, because it's not like we discuss something and then we completely forget about it the next week and never get back to it. The program at our school is built the way that we make sure that every next class involves the topics, the vocabulary and stuff from the previous classes. So even if you haven't learned something to your best potential, you will likely just get back to it throughout the course and make an effort to learn it better.
So if you do the things we recommend and if you follow our instructions, you do your homework, you get ready for each and every class, you don't miss the classes, you don't skip the tests and everything, I guess it's almost impossible to get expelled. And I think that, so these are really, really rare occasions when it happens. So if you put this effort into your studies, you get through, you get the results, and you finish the course.
Very often I hear this question, am I actually making progress? Teacher, where am I? How am I doing? So that's a very natural thing to do on a monthly basis. I know that it stresses people out immensely, but that's the thing. That's what we call academic stress. You actually get used to feeling and coping with this kind of stress. If you tell me, hey, our life is full of stress, that's enough. Academic stress is something that you really need, because in real life you will feel extremely anxious, especially if you have to speak. Like if you have to write, you will have more time, you have some assistance, but if you have to speak, you need the skill, to find the right words, to breathe, not to die, not to get this panic attack. That's why we work like that. We kind of procreate academic stress in the classroom. Tests actually help with that as well. So through the tests, we actually check how far you've, like how much progress you've made, plus you train this muscle of overcoming stress.
Well, I guess you might be able to do it. It will take you like probably forever. Perhaps if you live in an English-speaking country, you have English-speaking friends, you work at an office where everybody speaks English, then yeah, you might be able to have some progress. But if you live in Ukraine and you hope that by just listening to the English language for 4 hours a week, you somehow achieve a better level of English, then no, it's not possible at all.
In many schools, you study English more as a hobby. You know, like you are a little bored, you travel sometimes, you would like to talk to the receptionist in the hotel or order a beer in a pub. And that's why you're ready to spend, 1-2 hours a week reading some text, learning some words, probably singing a song or two. I don't know, it's not what happens in Hotspot. In Hotspot, you really have to work really hard. And I guess it is fun because we always try to make the process as engaging and interesting as possible. But it's not just entertainment, having fun, enjoying yourself. It's a lot of work. That would be the main difference, I guess. And the strict rules we have with the tests, with the students, with the possibility of getting expelled and all the dangers.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love those cases because they are so inspiring for other people. That's actually one of my friends that comes to mind because he was like A2, so he did the placement test, all that stuff, and he was full of doubts because of the time that he could invest. He felt very doubtful, and I helped him understand how the system works, what we want from him, and what I loved in that case, what I loved the most was his group mates, because he joined the group, he decided to take the course, and I didn't want him to fail in the end, obviously. I didn't want him to burn out, and all those supportive words that his group mates actually said throughout the course, that was amazing. He did it.
Okay. I'd say that if you do not have a very specific goal to achieve, or if you do not know why you need English, then probably the course will be too hard for you, because without a specific goal, it is really difficult to stay motivated throughout the whole course and to put enough effort to get to the next month and then the next month. So I'd say, if you just want to learn English for fun, probably that's not for you. And the second thing, if you expect us to be playing games and singing songs in class, and this is the kind of stuff you like, you will not like what's going to be happening in class.
I would choose Hotspot because of the people. I like every single person who works in Hotspot. They are all extremely dedicated to what they do. They love their job. They adore English. They are always ready to get better. They are ready to help their students. They want them to succeed. They want them to have the result to reach their goals because of the people who are, so, you know, we are never happy with what we have at the moment. So we are always trying to get better. We are always learning. So we're always talking to each other about the ways how to improve the process and what we do. Yeah, so we are not indifferent, we care.
That's the brand. That's the game. People like games, and here at Hotspot you don't just play, you play and you achieve the result through playing. Sure, it's something that requires a lot of effort, but if you see it as a game with some very strict rules, you feel something like in a competition, like you are competing with the other students, but at the same time you're friendly, you are like co-working, you're cooperating, so that's teamwork as well. Hotspot actually teaches you time management. Yes, this term is like overused, but still we do have to manage the time in our life. So by learning English, you at the same time learn how to manage your life. That's it.
I would choose the school myself when I knew what I wanted, why I wanted it, and how English could help me. I would also choose Hotspot because of the people who come to work here, to learn here. I can't even say learn, you know, because they all work, they don't just learn. They share experiences, they share different useful stuff. It's even, you know, a little bit of networking because most of our students are already successful at what they do. They are already professionals. They are CEOs, CTOs, HRs, lots of IT workers, people who live abroad, who travel a lot, and they can share so much with you that if you really get to know the people around you, I'd say, it's not only about learning, it's also about useful connections and great things to learn apart from just English.